Hello everyone, welcome to Weber Math. I'm Nicholas Weber. In the last video we talked about VLOOKUP and also about its major limitation. It can't look for data to the left. Let's look at a solution for this using Excel's match and index formulas. Now match returns the row value of the value that you're looking for. It tells index how many rows down to go to get the info you want. Match has three parts. First, the lookup value, then the lookup array, and last, the match type. Lookup value is simply the value that you're looking for. Like VLOOKUP, you can look up a number, a text value, or a true-false status. In the example that we'll look at in a moment, we're going to try and find the most successful salesperson, and we'll do that using match formula and look for the largest value. And we'll find out what that is using the large formula. More about that in a second. Now the next part of the match formula is the lookup array. This is the area in which we tell Excel to look for that lookup value. And then the last part of this formula is we tell Excel what type of match we want. Here all you need to do is put in 0 or false because we want an exact match. The other types aren't as relevant. If you're interested, you can look in Excel's help file. Now next, let's look at index. There are two essential parts to this formula. First the array, and then the row number. Column number, another part of this formula, is optional. Now the array tells index where it should start. Make sure that you use the same array as you used in your match formula. And the row number tells index how many rows to go down to get the information that you want. This is easier to understand with an example. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's see index and match in action. So we'll start with match, and as we said before, what we want to do here is look in column G for the highest sales figure so we can figure out what row it's in. So then we can use index to find out what the name of the most successful salesperson is. In this example, you can see pretty easily that Bilbo is the most successful salesperson, but in a large data set, match and index are essential to finding this information. So first we start with our matches lookup value, and what we want to do is we want to look for the largest value in the array G1 to G11, so we'll nest a large formula inside, and we want the largest value or the first largest value. So that's our lookup value for match. Large is going to return 155K and change, and that will be the value that match will look for. And our lookup array is the same thing, G1 to G11, and we want an exact match, so we put in false or 0 here. And this will tell us what row the highest sales figure is in. And it's in row 3, as you can see. Now this changes if you change the array. For example, if our array was G2 to G11, it would have returned row 2. So it's very essential when you're using index and match together that you're always using the same row numbers. We'll see that in a moment here. So now let's use index to tell us the name of the best salesperson. So here we use index, and our lookup array is from A1 to A11. We use G1 to G11, so we want to make sure we use the same row numbers, otherwise we won't return the correct answer. And how many rows do we want to go here? Well, we want to put in the results for our match formula, which is the results of which are in A16. And close it off here. And index will tell us that Bilbo is the most successful salesperson, which is right. But you can always nest formulas inside of other formulas. So if you didn't want to use this helper cell in A16, you could do it all in one go. Let's take a look at how to do that now. So we go back, and instead of putting A16, referring to that other cell, we can put in that match formula we just created, and we'll get the same results. So as you can see here, if we delete what's in A3, A16, B16 will still return the right answer because we've got match nested inside this index formula. So that's index and match. Thanks so much for watching. Come back next week for another Excel video. If you're interested in more Excel and VBA tips, you can check out my website, www.webermath.com. Take care.